OpenClaw new free update. Everything you need to know. You've been setting up AI agents the hard way, storing API keys in the wrong place, agents running slow, security gaps you didn't even know existed, and the whole time a free update was sitting there ready to fix all of it. OpenClaw just dropped version 2026.2.26, and it changes a lot about how you run AI agents. If you're using OpenClaw right now or you've been thinking about starting, you need to see what's in this update before you do anything else. Hey, I'm Paisley, and I help people actually learn and use AI tools in their work and workflows. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here a while, you already know we keep it practical and skip the fluff. Today we're going deep on the latest OpenClaw update. I'm going to walk you through every major change and what it actually means for how you use the tool. Quick recap for anyone who's newer to this. OpenClaw is a free open-source AI agent platform. You run it on your own machine or a server, connected to your messaging apps like WhatsApp, Telegram, Slack, Discord, Signal, and it acts as your personal AI assistant around the clock. You bring your own API key for whatever model you want to use, whether that's Claude, GPT, Gemini, or DeepSeek. It's model agnostic, local first, and completely free. Over 230,000 developers have started on GitHub, making it one of the fastest growing open source projects in history. Now let's get into what actually changed. The biggest headline feature is external secrets management. If you've been running OpenClaw for a while, you know that managing API keys and credentials has always been a manual process. You'd put your keys in a config file and hope for the best. This update introduces a full secrets workflow built directly into the command line. 4 new commands: audit, configure, apply, and reload. Audit scans your setup and shows you where secrets are stored and whether anything looks risky. Configure sets up where and how your secrets should be stored. Apply pushes them into your running setup securely. And Reload activates a new snapshot at runtime without restarting everything. If you're managing multiple accounts, multiple agents, or running OpenClaw on a VPS, this is the first thing you should set up after updating. Now, before I get into the next feature, I want to tell you something that helped me a lot when I was first figuring all this out. When I started using OpenClaw, I was honestly overwhelmed. There are so many moving parts: channels, agents, secrets, routing, skills. I kept breaking things and having to start over. That's when I found a community called AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 members all focused on learning AI tools together and sharing what actually works in real use cases. It taught me which setups save time and which ones are just complexity for no reason. The community shares real workflows and practical implementations from people who are actively using these tools. If you're serious about getting better at AI and actually implementing it in your work, check it out. Link is in the description. Okay, back to the update. The second major change is ACP Threadbound Agents. ACP agents are now treated as first-class runtimes for thread sessions. In plain terms, an agent gets tied to a specific conversation thread, handles the back and forth, and cleans up properly when the conversation ends. No more agents sticking around when they shouldn't. No more tangled replies across threads. Coalesced thread replies also means the agent groups its responses properly, instead of sending a bunch of fragmented messages. If you're running any kind of multi-agent setup, this should noticeably clean up how those interactions feel. Third, WebSocket First Transport for the OpenAI Codex integration. Previously, OpenClaw used SSE, which stands for Server Sent Events, as the default transport when connecting to the Codex API. WebSocket is now the default, with SSE as a fallback. WebSocket is a two-way connection. SSE is one-way. For agentic tasks that require back and forth, WebSocket is faster and cleaner. You don't have to configure anything. If you're using OpenAI Codex, this happens automatically after you update. Let's talk Android, because this feature area doesn't get enough attention. OpenClaw has an Android app that acts as a node, connecting your phone to your running gateway. This update adds 2 things. First, device capability with status and info commands. Your Android device can now report its own status and device information back to your agent. Second, notification listing. There's now a notifications.list command on Android nodes. Your agent can query active notifications on your device and help you triage or act on them through your messaging app. If you've been sleeping on the Android integration, this update is a good reason to revisit it. Fourth, agent routing through the CLI. This one is for people managing more complex setups. 3 new commands: OpenClaw Agents Bindings, OpenClaw Agents Bind, and OpenClaw Agents Unbind. These let you control which agent handles which channel or account directly from the command line without touching config files. It also handles binding identity based on roles, which is useful when different agents need different permission levels. For anyone running more than 1 or 2 agents, this will save you time. Now the security fixes, and there are several. Node execution approvals now require structured verification, so approval can't be bypassed through symlink manipulation. Plugin channel HTTP authentication was hardened to prevent path traversal attacks. Gateway node pairing now pins device metadata across reconnects, so a reconnecting device can't claim different capabilities than it was originally paired with. There are also fixes for sandbox path escapes, config file include validation, and Microsoft Teams media fetches. The honest take, these are exactly the kinds of patches that should ship with a tool this powerful. OpenClaw has broad access to your systems by design. The team shipping these fixes is a good sign, but it also means you should always be on the latest version. And finally, a round of quality-of-life bug fixes worth knowing about. Typing indicators were fixed across Slack, Teams, Matrix, Mattermost, and others. If your agent ever looked like it was typing forever, that's resolved. Delivery queue reliability was improved. Failed sends were getting stuck in retry loops that blocked other messages. That's fixed with proper back-off timing now. Google Chat would sometimes appear to exit immediately on startup, triggering auto-restart loops. Fixed. Linux temp directory permissions were patched for non-standard UMask setups. Telegram inline buttons now work properly in groups when the group policy authorizes the sender. And a memory issue in image token usage that caused runaway token growth in long sessions has been resolved. That's the full update. Go update now if you haven't. It's free, it's open source, and this one's worth it. If you want to dive deeper into AI tools like OpenClaw and actually implement them in your work, I recommend AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 people learning how to use AI tools in practical, real ways. Everyone shares what's working, what's not, which tools are worth your time, and which ones to skip. No hype. Just solid, practical guidance from people doing the actual work. It's helped me stay on top of updates like this one and figure out how to apply them. Link is in the description if you want to check it out. And if you want the full process, detailed workflows, and access to over 100 AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab. Links in the comments and description. You'll get the full video notes, plus access to our community of 58,000 members who are getting real results with AI tools every day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.